There are many companies that when you think of them, you immediately associate them with America. For instance, Ford and its nose to the grindstone ideals, or McDonald's, which is a slightly greasier version of America. And then there's General Motors, which has embodied American ideals for over a century and continues to do so, but currently faces a publicity issue and economic issue that's keeping it from really being an American company. Good morning. I'm Savika Anand, and I'll be talking today about General Motors, its past, its present, and its future, focusing on the current economic situation with General Motors and how it can deal with its brand management issues. General Motors has, in the past, been a company of very American ideals. It started off in the 20th century with its formation by William C. Durant in 1908. However, William C. Durant continued to face some issues with the company and could not really get it off the ground until it was taken over by William DuPont, who brought into play a decentralized model that really allowed the company to function effectively and worked with the engineering side more than the business side in order to focus on the actual brands themselves and growing the brands individually. This is how you have the cars like Chevy and Cadillac and Pontiac all aimed at different segments of the brand. So, for instance, Cadillac is really catered towards a high-end C-level executive versus Pontiac being for a more generally well-off lawyer or something like that, and Buick for the everyday hard worker. At least this was the perception in the early or late 20th century. However, this continued as the company played a role in the American effort in World War II, and it began its rise to fame as an American ideals company with its manufacturing of wartime vehicles for the war, as well as producing many cars that were affordable for citizens during the wartime. This is where it began its Chevrolet line and such other related lines that really brought forth the best in General Motors in all sides of the company, both the high-end side and the low-end side. And this is according to Alfred Chandler in his seminal address about the strategy and structure of General Motors. However, the success General Motors was facing in the 20th century soon turned sour. According to Data Monitor in 2009, the data monitor for General Motors, in 2009, there was a 29.8% decrease in the total revenue of General Motors from the previous years. This economic crisis was not unexpected as the General Motors economy had been rocky since the 1970s. And at this point in 2009, foreign cars, according to Eric Olson in the May 2009 Product and Brand Management article, stated that General Motors was being overtaken by even foreign cars within the United States market. Additionally, the perception of General Motors was very negative due to the bailout situation. However, switching to Ed Whitacre as CEO, the government-appointed CEO, really helped bring back the strategy of General Motors. And according to Jamie LaRue of the May 2009 article in Automotive News magazine, his diagonal slice management technique allowed him to be a part of the process at every area, from the bottom of the management chain to the top of the management chain, and really helped bring the company back together. So now General Motors faces less of an economic struggle, but they continue to face a struggle with their brand management situation, which I'll talk about now. There used to be a saying with General Motors that there was a car for every purse and every purpose. This is according to Eric Olson, once again, in his General Motors article in the Journal of Product and Brand Management. However, this changed during the oil crisis. Instead of there being a Cadillac for the C-level executive and a Buick for the everyday worker, they started using badge engineering and had a finance-focused company, which led to a decrease in the market differentiation of the company. This means that there was not as many options for the company to look at in terms of how many different brands they had, as well as the brands were starting to overlap a lot. Now, moving forward into the future, they look towards reevaluating the cars like Cadillac, Buick, and Oldsmobile, seeing, does Cadillac really have any appeal left? Should we keep this car, or should we get rid of it altogether? And bringing forth environmentally friendly cars like the Chevy Volt and Chevy Cruze to appeal to a younger generation. So General Motors has seen the rise and fall of a company and is once again on its way back to a rise. And the whole country of America and companies within America can learn a lot from this. It went from a nothing company as a carriage company to being a major company in the Fortune 500, coming in at number 8, and now once again faces issues with its future. So we can learn from General Motors and hope that in the future it can continue to learn from its own brand management mistakes and continue to succeed with its incoming cars in the future.